Guys, you can see that, right? You can see how big this knife is. PMP has done it again with this Berserker. This thing is insane. It's first day in pockets. I'm digging it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let's take a look at this monster from above. Well, guys, like I said, this is the PMP Berserker, and this thing is a complete and utter beast. This is one of the bigger knives that we've had come in for a long time. This thing is a lot of fun. It's first day in pockets, so we're going to talk about some good stuff, some bad stuff that I've noticed so far today, but I will tell you, this is a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and let's get some size comparison out of the way. So your first knife is the Benchmade 940, and as you can see, it completely dwarfs it. It is a massive chunk of titanium and M390 steel. Your next knife's going to be the Begleiter XL button lock, and this is a 9-inch knife. So not only is it longer, just dimensionally, it's massive, and this is not a small knife. So, and as always, your final knife is going to be the Chris Reese Sebenza Large 21. So this is not a little knife at all. It is large in every dimension. Let's get this out of the way and talk about the fun I've had so far carrying this today. So you guys know how much I like the PMP Big Boy, and it is a great knife. This is great for a bunch of different reasons. This is not for me a functional knife, but just the coolness of it. This thing is massive. Like, I mean, when you pick it up, you're like, this is massive. But that does not at all mean that it's one of those knives that, oh, it's just a big knife, it's gonna be all crappy. Action on this, barely even pushed on that flipper tab. Slung open really well, drop shut action. The milling on this, you guys probably can't see it. Let's bring this in as close as possible. The milling on this is done really super fine, and it leaves that finish on there that you really don't need much else in the way of finish. You can still see the super fine mill marks on that, which I find to be a very cool, I find that to be a very cool finish on a knife. Pocket clip, everything about this is oversized. The pocket clip is huge, big spoon-shaped pocket clip. Lock bar on it has got a good bit of tension, so you get that snappy action, but it's not hard to disengage. Flipper action on it is great, and I will say, for as big as this knife is, it's not uncomfortable. You've got this huge, beautifully done Americanized Tonto blade in M390 with the markings on it done really cool. PMP knives, M390 Berserker. It's got a really fine stone wash on it. I have not really cut much with this yet. I've done a little bit of cutting, but I will tell you, for as big and beefy as this is, it still comes down to a relatively decent behind the edge thickness. It's never going to be thin and slicey as some of the other knives like the PMP Big Boy, because it's just massive. It's not light. I'm not going to lie. It's not light, but they did do weight reduction, so it could have been heavier if they hadn't done that. You can see they did some good weight reduction in there. Lock bar access is good, but there's a couple things I want to touch on that in a little bit. Jimping on this, they listen to people. Jimping on the spine, that is aggressive and sticky. A lot of people like finer jimping. I don't care which pattern you go with as long as it's effective, and this is very good jimping. And the jimping on the flipper tab is much finer and less aggressive, but gets you very good purchase on that flipper tab on this large knife. Feel in hand, it's comfortable. For as big as it is, it doesn't feel oversized. It feels just about right. So all the good stuff I've noticed so far. Now, with everything, like I always say, there's going to be a couple negatives. So I do have a couple small negative things to say that I've noticed so far today, first day in pockets. So let's flip it around and talk about that.
What's the two most important things in the kitchen? It's your coffee brand coffee, and your kitchen knives, Doll Strong Knives. Two of my favorite affiliate links. Go check them out down below. Coffee brand coffee's 5% off if you use my coupon code CrazySharp, all caps CrazySharp, or just use the link. Guys, back to the knives.
Super quick, not a lot really to talk about. There is a little bit of inconsistency in the grind where this little rise is and where the actual point is. There's a little bit of an inconsistency, so you can see that little weirdness. It should have been a little further forward to marry up with that grind. That is a very, very minor thing. It is a little sharp right here on this point. That is something I wish they had chamfered that over a little bit more. You can see that it's kind of rounded down this way, but right here at this point, it's a little sharp. Typically not such a big deal, but on a big knife like this, if you look right where my finger is, I can definitely feel it. It's not super bad, but it is definitely present. The lock bar access is good, like I said, and you can definitely access it, but another case where they could have easily rounded that off a lot more and made that a little smooth. That is sharp to push in on. I would have rounded that over and chamfered it over. If this was my knife, I could absolutely do that on a Scotch-Brite wheel out on my grinder, but it's not my knife. So that is absolutely a little bit aggressive right there, especially when you consider it's got fairly stiff lock bar tension, which means it takes a bit more to disengage it. And then the final thing is this does catch on pockets, in and out of pocket, with that really broad pocket clip that does catch going into pocket, not out, but into pocket it drops. Now, I will say there's something I forgot to mention. I just thought of it as we were doing it. It does have a unique lanyard point for it. Those go all the way through the backspacer. You can see. So not only does it look cool that you have those holes in there, you can actually attach a lanyard and it doesn't ugly up the scales of the knife. So first day in pockets, I'm pretty happy. I'm digging this. This thing, just listen to it. The action on that. Bang. Big, heavy, beefy, over-the-top knife. I do still dig those. We'll see how this plays out over the next couple weeks. This came from Winston Cobretti. His knives typically stay here for a long time because he drops them off in person, and then whenever he can get down here to pick them up is when they go back. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be as gentle as I can with this knife, but it just makes me want to do things that are over the top and aggressive. So we're going to carry this for a couple weeks and see how it pans out. Guys, let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day.
Guys, this is one of those knives that just hits the spot when it comes to something fun. So, I mean, I really don't have much on it. I've only been carrying it like maybe an hour or two. But it was just so much fun. I just could not wait to film it so that I can actually do some stuff with it. So this thing's fun. There's only a couple things I really noticed with it. We'll carry it and see what it winds up being. So that's pretty much it on this one, guys. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. Tell me why I can't change the content. If you don't, tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, like always, like, share, subscribe. What the... Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you've got it set to all, and make sure you got notifications turned on your device. And like I say, always, likes are the best thing you can do for any channel. It helps push us up the algorithm and shows YouTube that you see value in our content. If you want to support it financially, affiliate links down below, bunch of them. The Amazon ones, you can use them to purchase anything. It doesn't have to be the item that's listed, and I get credit for it. So if you're going to shop on Amazon, use one of my affiliate links, please. Coffee Brand Coffee, there's 5% discount if you use my affiliate link, and go check out Doll Strong Knives for some of the coolest kitchen knives on the market. Other ways you can do it, I have a membership down below, all tier based. Everyone that's a member has access to my Gilded server. It's just like Discord. Baseline and premium tier members are automatically entered into the giveaways that I do on the Gilded server. And the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube behind a paywall. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. It makes it easier for me to moderate the channel. It makes sure that your comments are seen. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.